Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we just got back from Woodman. We had some other errands to run, but since we were driving by, we stopped and got some groceries. So like everybody else, we're trying to eat a little bit healthier after the holidays, get back on track. So this this is what I got. We'll kind of go through it, it's kind of self-explanatory. Our produce. So let's start out. We'll do prices. We're gonna do prices, and start out the very top thing. I got some bushes, onion, baked beans. I personally like the maple, but the hubby wanted the onion flavor, so he would eat it too. I mix that with like some ground burger, and that is my high protein meal that I like to have. That was $2.49 for that 1 pound can of baked beans. The next up we have the super chunky unsalted peanut butter Teddy. It is also 16 ounces. That is hubby's. And that was $3.79 for a jar of peanut butter, which is, in my opinion, high, but it is unsalted. So that's what he likes, He likes it, the more chunkier, the better it is. Next. I'm kind of going to go through the grocery part here, and then we'll do the dry household stuff. If I can find everything on my list. So we have which I already put it away. He needed to have something to drink when we got home. So it is a Langer's cranberry cocktail, 64 ounce. That was $2.89. So that is right there. Pork rinds. Y'all know I love my pork rinds. I do. When you're doing a keto diet, 1 carb. You see that we just throw that, open this bag up like you do the popcorn. It goes in the microwave. Open the bag up, throw it in the microwave. I do it 1 minute, 50 seconds. Then you open it up and you just see it. It's so, so, so good. So that is the snack that I have. Well, those were $1. I bought 4 of them, 4 bags. So that came to $5.96. In reality, that is, if that's what I'm eating for a snack, $5 is nothing to me. So we don't splurge very often. Next, going down the list here, some Riceland brown long grain rice. That is 32 ounces, 2 pounds. That was $1.69, which I think that's a really good price. We're kind of redneck, I'm gonna say, in how we store our rice. Let me show you how redneck we are. I'm gonna show you guys. You ever don't know what to do with those vodka bottles? You just dry them out. They don't smell like vodka no more. We put our rice in there. Yep. That is how we store our rice. It has a nice cap. Yep, just like that. Redneck rice holder. Some people pay for that. We get ours, we just keep reusing the bottles. Yeah, welcome to my world. That was a hubby idea. Next we have, where'd I put them? Parsley flakes. Kind of found that, when I was making the soup last time I made soup, that I liked that in there, but I didn't have any of that. So, yeah, it was $2.49 for that. McCormick. I looked at some of the store. I know, that picture is not the real picture of it. There we go. It kind of just looked like dust. I wanted actual flakes. So that's a half an ounce. Next up, we have some. My husband's doctor told him he should have more walnuts. Walnuts are high in omega-3s. And if you're feeling snacky, that little bit of crunch. So we got some walnuts. But they're halves. They're not the whole ones. Let me see how much those were, because those were $4.99 for 14 ounces. Yep, you're not getting a pound anymore for that price. Next we have for food. I've been having salads with just tuna on, or I have tuna with light Miracle Whip and celery seed in. So 17 grams of protein. I bought 5 of them just to put in inventory because I do eat them several times a week. And they were, I think, let me find it. Y'all know I can't find nothing. They were $4.96 for 5 of them. So, well, we kind of go with whatever is on sale. I do not like the flavored. They make lemon pepper, and they make a Thai chili, and they make black cracked pepper. No, just give me the plain. I don't like my stuff flavored. If I'm going to flavor it, I will do it myself. Anyway, what next? Jalapeno peppers. Yep, there they are again. I'm not going to take them out. We have them here because we need to wash them. They were 79. Oh, wait. $1.49 a pound. So they were $3.63. And then we have we like sweet potatoes. These are some nice, I choose them this size because we like to slice them, into like a steak, like a little, like an inch, half an inch slice, and then bake them with a little olive oil, salt, pepper, and just, have a roasted sweet potato. So they were 79 cents a pound. And that came to $2.26. And I have 2 of those. So those will last us a little while. I'm trying to eat more sweet potatoes. We're not so much into the white potatoes, like a baked potato. I don't really care for that flavor anymore. So next we got a wheatgrass. Y'all know, if you saw my short on that, we buy that for the cat. It is just looks like that. And I already put it down there for her. In the wintertime, she likes that. She likes to chew on grass. Normally, the wheatgrass, and that helps digestion for a cat or dog. So if you live in a state where you don't have, you have snow most of the time, get some wheatgrass for your cat. Normally, it's supposed to go in like smoothies, green smoothies, but I'm not going to have it. My cat likes it, so we give it to her. Anyway, let's see. We got some California sourdough bread, no yeast added, which is awesome because I tend to have a sensitivity to yeast. So there's that. Wheeling, Illinois. Well, I don't know where that is. But we like the sourdough bread. That's good. That was a little on the pricier side, but we don't like the store brand bread or Wonder Bread, or $4.69. And then we got some hot jalapeno pepper spread. You can put that with some cream cheese, and then you'd have jalapeno pepper and cream cheese spread. Yeah. I don't know why I have to talk like that. It's just, I've seen it somewhere else, and that's what happened. And so that was, and then we have a coconut milk, a silk. This is for $4.19. And then we have these end cuts. We do like them. Smoked mozzarella and a smoked cheddar. We like that. And $4.04 and $3.50. And then we have a Greek yogurt. This brand, we are not a fat-free kind of family. You need that full fat in your diet. Yeah. So my husband likes this, and we plan to do something else with it too. It is 14 grams. So if you don't know how to read a nutrition label, always most likely want to have your protein 14 grams higher than your total carbs and your sugars. So you're, did I already say it was 4.9? No. What is it? 4.19. I did, yes. And you see we have a thing of whole milk back here. Now what we do with that, since we're both kind of lactose intolerant, except my husband will take the Greek yogurt and the milk, and what he does is we have a recipe to make our own yogurt. So this is kind of like a starter yogurt that we use, and then we make a whole milk in the crock pot on all these things that we do with stuff, but everything has a purpose. It does. $3.59 for that gallon of whole milk. And then I have a pound of butter at $4.99 for that. It is made here in Wisconsin, not the southern state, not in the southern state. I got a bunch of bananas back there. There I go with that southern voice again. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of feeling it today. The bananas, I believe, were 59 cents a pound. Let's see, what did I miss here? The dry stuff, we just kind of went over that, but I believe I got this stuff here. We needed some tissues so we could wipe our nosies. So the 99 cents a box. I got some Dawn dish soap. That is like the only soap that I like to use on the dishes. And that was $2.99 for 18 ounces. We got a thing of, the Cascade. We went back to the powder for our dishwasher. We were told that by the landlord here, that the gel and the gel packs are harmful to your dishwasher. So that's what we did. That's why we went back to the powder. And that was $6.99. So, but that does last quite a while. And then some Comet. I use that on my shower floor. You know, I got curly hair. I got to condition it. Conditioner is slippery on the shower floor, so I use that to clean it. And then some Estracel Brillo cleaning pads. Doesn't scratch. Good for those frying pans or those pots and pans that, you know, you don't want to use something abrasive on that, really. So, and I don't know how those got in my cart. I did not see them. I did not put them there. And I don't know how much they cost. I don't. Well, that is our food and our house stuff over here. I just did not have any room. I did not have a small kitchen. No room for all the stuff on the counters. So I made some, like a keto cheesecake type fluff the other day. There's a video out on that. But strawberries dipped in that is really good. So the strawberries were 2 for $5. I'm happy to see that they're back down in price because they were kind of expensive. But they are 1 pound packages. So I did get the 2 for $5. The Driscoll raspberries, which I use quite often, and is one of our favorite fruits in our house. They were 2 for $3. I'm sorry, I have a runny nose. And then we got 4 packages of those, so $6 worth. And then we have some nice blackberries, which also were 2 packages for $3. So we got 4 packages. Then we got some Constellation tomatoes. You see that? It says, wash me. Please don't refrigerate it. It's too cold in there. Well, they have a good sense of humor, don't they? Yeah, I don't know how much those were. Tomatoes. $3.50 for those tomatoes. And then some mandarins. So they're a little bit bigger than the tangerines that we had. Those things are about the size of golf balls. And so those were $3.99. So that is, my friends, my grocery haul for today. We did most of our grocery shopping is shopped. If you know the layout of your store, all the healthy foods for you are located on the outside. You know, the staples that we need, and then I'll go through and kind of create something to use up that we have to use up, or anyway, my balance today was $113.77. So this, my friends, is what $113.77 looks like, and it's we did a good job. I think we only needed a few things. We save. We don't buy a ton of food at once because it tends to get old before we could use it. So anyway, if you're new here, my name is Dolly Jean. I do grocery hauls, and my doorbell rang. I do grocery hauls and I make stuff, usually keto or something healthy. Or I chase the pootie around, So anyway, thank you for stopping. If you made it this far, put a heart emoji down in the comments. Appreciate that very much. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.